Well,
Well,
talk to Josh.
and?
I'm not down.
Huh?
I'm not down.
You're not? You're not?
No. Why are you down?
You're not down?
Why would I be down?
Why wouldn't you be?
Why are you down for that?
Because we're gonna be safe.
We're gonna be safe already. We have a stronger six than that.
Because
You realize that he just single-handedly almost picked out our entire lines, right?
I know that there's something behind that though.
What? You better not have told him.
What? No. Are you really?
Imagine.
Really, Jed? Me? I can't even believe you just said that.
What's behind it then?
I think it's a good plan. I really do. Remember one of my biggest concerns was that like Josh is such a wild card and I was so concerned that he would win HOH and then who knows, like I feel like anybody would have been up, right? But that concern has now been minimized and I really doubt that he would make this pitch. It would be really dumb of him to go against any of us that he just suggested that he wouldn't call our name. It would be so stupid. Jed, what you need...
What's stopping him from doing it though? Like
We would be... I know, it is a risk, but honestly, I actually believe him. And what you don't understand is that, yeah, Josh freaked out on day 3, but you're not seeing that some of what he said yesterday is true. I wish you would have come to the 6 first and talked about that stuff before you went and told everybody. Because I'm telling you, if you listen to the way people answer those questions, those accusations, I'm not saying all of what he was saying is true, Jed, but some of it is true. Some of it is true.
Yeah.
Don't be so naive and think that, oh, trust me, some of it's true.
No, I know some of it's true. But
And I wish you would have just kept that information between the 6 of us and used it to your advantage. That's information that Kyle and Ro did not need to know. You think
what
that,
information?
do you think
It was
that,
all about them.
huh?
It was all about them though.
Do you think that if Austin had the opportunity, you think if Austin had the numbers, she would have backdoored you? But it would have been stupid of her too because they think that me, you, and Ty are in an alliance. So she knows she's not going to get Ty on board. She's not going to get me on board. She knows that she sees that Ty and Beth are close, so she's not going to get Beth on board. It was too risky. Nobody wants to target you so early in the game.
Yeah.
But do I think that a discussion about it was implied? Yes.
Yeah. It always will be though.
It always will be, yeah.
It's always gonna be an option.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
You can come.
good.
you can go ahead.
Stretching, working out.
Yeah. Trying.
Oh God.
It's always gonna be an option, but it's just gonna be, can they pull it off? Which is no.
Which is no.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I was not on board before when you guys were talking about flipping Ro. Now I am.
okay, but what me and Tina were talking about.
I'm going back to no.
You're gone back to no now?
After thinking about it and processing it in my head.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Why?
Okay, but how does that not expose us completely? You
I
realize-
find it odd that he picked out most of our lines. That scares me.
What's gonna stop him from when the next time his back's against the wall? He thinks he's gonna be so calm and cool. What's gonna stop him from being like, yeah, but I got 7 on my side. Boom, exposed. If we all vote Ro out, those other like 4 or 5 like floater people are gonna be like, what the fuck? Why would you
It'd
vote?
be different if he picked a few people outside of our lines.
Yeah.
Then it wouldn't have, but like, we'd be fully exposed. Besides one person.
Like why didn't he think of Austin? Like well, it's not Austin, but why didn't he think of like Kyle or Ro or someone like that?
Or Keith. He hasn't even, like, he's, you know.
Huh?
He didn't include Kiefer in that either. Or
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
He did.
He did,
Okay.
he did. It was just Braden, Austin, Beth, Kyle, and Ro. He didn't include.
Okay.
Like,
Okay, guys. Ugh,
I know.
relax. Relax. Okay. Keith gave him the plan, okay?
Hmm?
What?
Keith is the one that gave him the plan.
Gave who the plan?
Keith
Josh?
gave Josh the plan. That's why there's so many of us in the plan.
Okay, well, that's not good though. Why would he?
That's fucking stupid.
That's stupid.
That's so
He
stupid.
should never have.
I don't think so. The reason why, and he left Beth out purposely so that like it wouldn't draw suspicion, and replace Beth with Tara.
He should have picked.
Do not
only,
say anything.
No, no,
I'm
no, no.
not supposed to say anything.
He should have
But
picked.
you guys are harping about the suspicion of why is there so many sunsetters in the plan. That's why.
A smarter move would have been picking only 2 or 3 of us and working with 2 or 3 on the outside. That would have been a smarter plan. Then you would
No,
have been
if
able to
we're
do
We're
it.
exposing our entire slit, except for
No,
Beth.
that's not the way. The way Keith brought it to Josh, he wouldn't think that there's an alliance between all of us. The way he broke it down to him, he broke it down to him in the way of you need to get certain people on board. He goes, if you look in the house, Tina and Tara are close. Get them on board. Ty and Jed are obviously close. Get them on board. It appears that Tina likes Latoya. Pull her in too. These are all different people that you see are always, that we suspect are good with each other. Pull them in, get their votes, and you're good. That's how he pitched it.
But
Okay,
what
so
about
what
if
if it comes down to a situation where he wants to vote Beth out?
We have the numbers to protect her.
But then what is that showing about us if we're not doing what the 7 want to do? Or the
What?
7? Like,
Beth is not on his radar though. His target is Austin.
yeah, but how do we even know that? I don't trust that. Like, why do we just believe that his target's Austin? Like, that's just bullshit to me.
Because it makes sense. It does make sense that his target is Austin because he's not just mad at Austin for putting him up. He's mad at Austin for the fact that she was like a part of the whole pretty boy assumption discussion and was going along with it, and then basically acted like she didn't. And then also too, when he called her out on potentially putting you up, she denied it. So he's basically saying, I had these conversations with these people, I'm taking the fall for it, and when they're being called out, they're denying what they're saying. So he does have a reason to target her. We can't trust anybody in this game, but I don't know. We can't trust anybody in this game, but it would be a risk, but I'm not gonna lie and say that I am now willing to take it. I just think it would be really stupid of him to put this pitch out there and guarantee 6 people's safety, stay, win HOH, and then go against us. It's just dumb.
I don't understand how he's guaranteeing us safety. We're guaranteeing him safety.
If he were to win HOH, he wouldn't be putting any of us up. That was my concern. That was my only concern with Josh, is that if he stayed, any one of us was free game. And I was concerned that 2 sunsetters would potentially end up on the block. That was my concern. I was also concerned about exposing our alliance, but I know that if Kyle wins HOH, he is putting me up. So I have a reason to say why I am voting to evict Roe. I'm voting to evict Roe because I believe I'm Kyle's target and Roe is, you're guilty by association, so I can't have you here because you're gonna target me and Roe's gonna support you. That's my reason. That's from my game right now. But we all need to be on the same page, right?
Yeah.
And if Roe wins HOH, he's putting up you and Tara. And in terms of you and Ty, it's good for your game because you now have one of those guys out without really having to do any work other than make your vote, right?
Yeah, but if we vote to keep Josh, we're immediately separating ourselves from Austin and Braden as well.
Right. That's another concern of mine. That, remember I had said that before, that like my concern is that if Josh is going around making it known that Austin is his target, if we keep him, then Austin's gonna think we're against her. Because why
Right.
would we vote to keep somebody
That's
that's
right.
against her,
Right.
right? But I would have to say like, yeah, he says you're like, I'd have to sit down with her and say like, listen, I'm here to play the game. He's best for my game. If he does put you up, I wouldn't vote. Well, it depends on who he puts her up against. I wouldn't vote for her. I don't have an interest in going after Austin. Right, so
What's up?
What are you at?
What are you at?
so they're concerned as to why, like, what are the chances that so many of the Sunsetters are in this plan of Josh's? Like, that's suspicious to them.
It's exposing everything.
Like
I don't know
how?
if it's exposing.
No, people are going to put two and two to, like,
Like, what are
it's
the
just-
chances that of the
I-
6 of us,
had
5
it been
of us, are
had
in
it
this
been
plan?
3 or 4 of our group and maybe 2 or 3 on the outside brought into this plan, it would have been a lot more comfortable. But we're the bulk of the group being brought
How
into
is that
this.
possible?
Like, this just doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense. He wouldn't have handpicked us like that much.
No way.
That many of us.
No way.
That's 100% exposing our lives.
It's too many of us exposed. Had it been half and half,
If anyone finds out about the 7, our 6 is not protected. 5 of us are in that alliance. That means that if anyone finds out about the 7, 2 of us are going up, and the replacement will be another one of us.
I think the way he looks at it is like he sees Tara, Tina, and Latoya as a thing. I'm a complete floater, and he sees you and Ty as unbreakable, and he knows he can't get Bray or Vic or Kyle because he's so tight with Ro.
I don't know.
I think we're giving Josh way too much credit on that.
It's too many of us, though.
But I wouldn't be in it because I'm with Kyle and Ro. I was just in the ball pit with them, talking game.
Yeah, but his name was thrown into the mix, wasn't it?
Yeah, his name's in there. What do you mean?
He just said if he wasn't in it.
He
No,
was.
I mean, I would say that I voted to keep Ro, and I would be Kyle's only ally.
Yeah, but how would you vote? If Josh is pleading you to your case, how would you vote?
Huh? I would vote strategically with you guys.
But he would just lie. You would
I would
lie.
just lie. We don't have to tell people what our votes are. Why do
No,
we?
I know
What if
that.
it's a unanimous vote?
It wouldn't be unanimous. You're not going to get Bray to.
Like,
There needs to be more on board
Yeah.
besides our group.
I would
There's-
almost, I would almost rather do this without the deal. You know what I mean? Like, if we were keeping Josh, I would rather just do it as
Just-
an alliance.
right.
Not make any deal with Josh.
We're not making a deal
We're
with
not
him.
making it. We don't have to make a deal with them.
Well, we are.
What's but the only he? Well, we're not giving him anything in return. He's giving us. He's promising us safety. We're not promising him anything. He's even saying that like, should we need to put him on the block?
We could put him on. If I want
Yeah,
a
but the
choice,
fact that he's able to now say at any moment that I made a deal to protect these people, that is technically making a deal with him. And if other people hear about that, then that means that we are on his side. We have made a deal with the devil, that technically, and that's shady. Because the other house members want him out. So that means that us 6 have now made a deal with him. We may not be protecting him, but he's sworn to protect us, which is not them. So technically, that's just going to pin them all against us if they find that out. And that means that 2 of us, if they win, are going on the block, with the replacement being another one of us, which is 3 people from our 6, because there's so much overlap. So if you guys trust him enough to not say anything about it, I don't. Like, what has made you guys trust him so much to do this? It just makes no sense.
It's a risk.
Oh, it's definitely a risk.
It's a
A huge
risk.
It's a risk that
I think like any move that we make in this game is a risk, but I don't know.
like I just don't understand like where this credibility is coming from. Like he hasn't done anything to show any kind of allegiance.
It's not credibility, it's just the fact of like
Because we know there's going to be a big shift next week.
there's
no
gonna
matter
be
what.
there's gonna be a big shift next week
And
anyways.
everybody's
I
wondering
just
who
don't
they
see
put on the
him.
block.
Yeah, but I don't trust.
I don't know.
I really just don't trust that he would put one of us up. Like what kind of credibility does he have to show that he would stay true to his word? And then all of a sudden he puts up people that Kyle and Roe want to put up, and now he's with them. Like, how do we know he's not going to do that? He's such a wild card. You know?
Well, Roe would be gone. And I would have to play the other side of the house.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, Roe would be gone. Kyle's now looking for someone to pull in, and Kyle's been nice with him throughout all this shit. He's been nice to him on a
Exactly.
on a personal level. So if Roe's gone, Kyle's looking to grab someone else. He's gonna grab Josh, and all of a sudden Josh is playing both sides. He's skating. Like I just personally do not trust him, and I know Ty doesn't either.
It's the amount of people of our group part of the plan that concerns me.
I just feel like we don't need him to go final six. Like why? I feel like we can make the final seven without him. Like, why do we need Josh? Like fuck that. I don't know. That's my personal opinion. I think that no one has any clue about this.
If you can go at least one more week without getting exposed, right? Like by getting him out now, then if one of the six gets HOH, I just think we can hide it longer.
I agree. Like I understand.
If people are gonna figure out the majority of who voted to keep him in. They may not have everything right, but they're gonna figure out the majority, and that majority that they figure out are gonna be targets right off the bat.
Yeah.
That's the only concern I have with it. Like I can see the sides of keeping him as well,
Yeah.
but my fear of
I-
getting
I-
exposed
yeah, I
is
hear
a
what
lot
you're
more
saying.
greater.
I see both sides. It's just that before, when the idea was brought to me and everybody was on board, and I was not on board, my major concern was that him winning HOH, any of us was up for
Yes, it was a
potential.
wild
That
card.
was such a huge concern.
But
for
you know
me.
what? He could still be a wild card though.
He could still be a wild card. I don't know. My gut's telling me that he's not. I don't know. I'm just going with my gut. That's it. I'm just
Yeah.
going with my instinct. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's all you have, really.
That's all
I
you have in this
also-
game anyways.
No,
You
also
can't
think-
believe what
Totally.
anybody says. You
No,
just literally
absolutely.
go with your gut, right? And my gut's telling me that he would, I'm not saying for like forever he would keep it, but
No.
but for
He would be so grateful.
We're also giving him a lot of credit that he's gonna win this HOH.
But it's not jury votes.
What?
It wouldn't be jury votes. Yeah, yeah.
that too, yeah. But I think that in this game, like any HOH, any competition, like I said, I think it's anybody's game.
Yeah.
Like nobody should count anybody out.
No, 100% not.
And I just feel like knowing our luck, like
Yeah.
he would be the one to win it, you know.
And then like,
Do you know what I mean?
Because if it is, you got to think in teams too, because we don't know if the teams are done.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have in teams.
So there's
Well-
me, you, and T on our team. Like myself or T. Like if Kyle would win,
I'm up.
it would
It
be
also
T.
puts me in a really shitty position in terms of if teams dissolve and someone figures out I flip the vote, I am like
Sound block.
100%.
Yeah.
Anyone gets it on the other, that's it, fucked.
So when we're saying anyone, I don't know. I just feel like we have a lot of influence in the different corners
I
that
don't
we're
know.
at.
Like we do,
I don't know.
but that doesn't change the fact that people don't want, although next week will be a shitstorm, people still don't want to be taking huge shots. And like,
This will give them excuse to make
Exactly.
huge shots.
yeah. We
I
can,
think this, yeah, I
we
don't
can
know.
talk about it more.
Oh yeah, we just
Yeah, yeah.
we have to look at every aspect
Yeah,
of it.
we have to keep
Like,
talking about it.
No, we're not gonna. Yeah, we're not gonna rule it out. Like if-
Nothing, yeah.
We have to look at
Agreed.
both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We have to
But-
decide, we all have to be on the same page and we all
Absolutely.
have to decide
100%.
together.
absolutely. Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Like I said, I'm open to both, whatever
Yeah.
makes sense, whatever is the best decision for everybody,
Yeah.
that's what we'll do,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
And I would have to
But
convince
you know,
the other
we
side
just
of
have to
the
look
house
at every
that
avenue of it,
it's
every
if we were to
possibility,
go
every
with it.
scenario. And
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like, obviously, I was worried about that yet. I wouldn't like.
And I just
I
love
wouldn't
the
say-
idea of everyone, if every single person didn't say they voted for to keep Roe, if every single person did, the whole house would be fucked. And we would become unscathed. Why do we have to? It's a secret vote. Why do we have to tell people who we voted for? You could be fucked up about
Because
it.
it's-
You could be fucked up about it.
It's street. It's very obvious. If the vote is 7-3, Braden, Kyle.
It wouldn't be obvious.
It wouldn't.
How would it not be
He's right with that.
If
That
we're
this whole
all-
telling people who we voted for and stuff, it like that stuff
No,
does
no,
need
you
to
wouldn't.
stop. It wouldn't be obvious.
It wouldn't.
Because
Honestly,
right now, if I was to vote to keep Josh, nobody would believe that.
Yeah.
I am so like nobody would believe that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
but you're gonna lie to someone's face.
no.
Exactly. So. This whole telling people who we vote for, then you gotta stop. Who'd you vote for? Josh.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. I don't know.
Did you talk about it? What's Ty saying?
I didn't talk to him yet.
I don't
He
think
didn't- he
he's
didn't
had a
talk
chance to
Josh.
tie it. Ty's
Josh
been at
just
the
took
table.
him
Oh, you just took him?
just before I came in
Yeah, he
here.
didn't talk.
Oh, did he?
Okay, we'll see what Ty says.
I think Ty wants to get Josh out, like, no matter what. But
It's crazy because Ty was the one that was pushing
I
the
know.
Roe thing.
he was, but it wasn't for this reason.
What
Like,
what
this
was?
is a whole different party now. We're talking about working with Josh, technically.
We're not working with him, guys. We're not.
How is him protecting us? Protecting us. and Putting
I
himself-
okay, yeah, I see what you're
putting
saying. Yeah,
himself
yeah, yeah,
on
yeah,
for us.
yeah. Yeah.
He's our employee.
I gotta talk to Beth.
Yeah, so. Wait, what?
I have to talk to Beth.
Well, we're not telling her this. Are we telling her this or no?
If we like, let's say we decided to go with this, yeah, we have
Oh,
to tell
yeah,
her.
yeah, if we decide.
You know,
Yeah.
I think we should tell her either way, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
I
yeah,
think we
we
should
should.
too. Yeah, we should tell her either way. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I have to talk to Beth because
Yeah.
like she might have a different perspective. Like I don't know, maybe she sees something that we don't.
Yeah.
She tried to pull me earlier, so I think she's gonna want to talk to me.
I don't know. Like it's for me.
Man, I see
Evicting-
both sides. I
For
really
me,
do,
if,
but
for me, evicting Roe before was just like, oh, not really on the table. All I'm saying now is that like, it's an option now, for me. That's it.
oh, it's definitely an option.
It was always, yeah. Just a different reason.
But I see what you're saying. There's like pros and cons for each side, and you have to just decide which backlash you want to take. Like, which chance do you want to take, right?
Okay, here's my other thing, like, if I really break it down. If it's still teams next week, let's say, I'm just trying to think like worst case scenario. Roe wins, HOH.
Tina's up. Tina and
Putting up
Tara
you
are
and
up.
Tara. And Tara would be the target, correct?
I don't know who the target is.
It would be Tara. I know multiple people that want her out.
I was just talking with them in the ball. They literally think that it's us three in alliance. We're
Right.
gonna come up with like a secret name soon.
They're trying to get. They've been trying to pull Tara
Wait,
into an
who?
alliance
Kyle and Roe.
Yeah.
because
What
she's
does that
easily
do?
influenced.
So
They've been
it would
working
be
on
Tina.
her for like days now.
They would what would
They would want Tina
out?
Yeah, and then use that as leverage to pull Tara.
So why would they drag me into an alliance then?
To get information.
Good luck. Get information about what?
Okay, well, little things like that make me want to get real out.
I literally just had a combo.
That's
with-
not bad.
So he physically said my
No.
name.
Good.
Go in there.
They're literally, Tina, they're
Yes.
literally telling Keith everything.
Tina, I'm
That's
in.
lap shit.
Yeah, I get that.
Tina.
So my name came from his mouth saying he wants me gone.
You're in, we went through all of our options as HOHs, and yes, your name came out.
And
Interesting.
Tara is, everybody knows that Tara is easily manipulated. You're not. So if they're going to choose between you or Tara to put in their alliance, they're probably going to choose Tara
Oh,
over
yeah.
you.
And Kyle is.
Kyle wants me. So I'm just
that's
saying,
even
I'm
if
just,
teams are dissolved.
that's even if teams are dissolved. I'm just saying for my game right now, it is now best for Roe to go. That's all I'm saying. But whatever you guys decide, I'm good.
I spoke to
Josh.
Josh. It's not a pitch I didn't imagine. It's a scenario we all have discussed. It's
But
not-
the only difference now is that he's told us that he won't put us up.
Does that mean anything?
I just don't, I honestly, my gut is telling me that he, because of everything that's happened, he will stick to his word. And some of that stuff he said on the couch yesterday was true. If you guys think it's not true, you got another thing coming.
No, I believe there is some truth to what
Yeah.
he's
I
saying.
agree with you because all of his lies were always based on truth. They were never just out of the blue.
Yeah, it's true.
I've always said there's always everything he said. He had
Yeah.
a basis for where it came from.
Yeah.
It's just suspicious that there's so many of us in his plan. Do you know what I mean?
It's a lot of people. And why did he choose those people? When I asked him, like his rationale for why us doesn't really make sense to me. That's the only thing that worries me.
So I think if we knew why, then maybe we would sit easier with that.
The way is because you, Toya, and Jed have been like, people are talking about you three being an alliance. You and Tara are super close, and I've been Josh's number one since day one. Like, he views me as a game. That's what I think. He needs to win
Oh,
over
boy.
half the house, and he went over the half that he thought he could win over. He knows he can't win over Bray. He knows he can't win over Vic or Kyle because he's going up against Kyle's number one. Vic is loyal to Austin and will do whatever the HOA wants. Same with Braden. How could he not go for us? How is that suspicious? How could he not fucking get the votes? If you were in the HOH room every single day, 0% chance he would have came to you with a pitch. It's not because we're working together. It's not.
I don't think it's because of that. I just need to know why. But your rationale does make sense. But that's not how he pitched it to me.
I don't even think he knows what he's doing, to be honest.
And that's what worries me. The fact that he doesn't know what he's doing means he can flip and flop at any time. He's unpredictable. Right? Why do you say Roe going home is better for your game? Because you think Kyle's coming for you.
He is.
He is.
And Rose going for her.
Apparently, Roe's coming for me.
How do you feel about it?
For me, I feel like I would have to put in the most legwork if Roe were to go, because I would have to lie about my vote.
Because he's the one bringing in all the information. He's the one hanging out with them.
We're like this close to creating a three-person alliance name.
But do you think you're still in with them if Roe goes home?
Yeah, if I play it like I had no idea Josh was staying. I think Kyle would have to scramble, and it would only be me and Kyle left.
That's all they have? They don't have Tara? I've always said I was okay with Roe going home
Yeah.
because that's one less number.
I'm
for
still
Kyle.
okay with both. For
Yeah, I'm
us.
still okay with both. I'm still okay
The
with both.
scenario we just would shoot, we would we would go crazy if Josh won HOH and turned on us. That's what would make us lose
Yeah.
our minds.
But my gut's telling me he won't.
He
And
wants to go deep.
And that's how I feel too.
My gut's telling me he won't flip on us. My gut's telling me that like
He told me he
my
would
gut's
never
telling
put
me
me on the
that
block.
my gut's telling
ever.
me there is no way he wants us coming after him. Be a dumb move. It would just
Yeah,
it would just be a dumb move
It would send him home
immediately.
immediately.
That's what my gut's telling me. This whole thing is risky. It would be risky, but
Every vote's gonna be like this.
I just don't think he wins HOH.
that's another thing, yeah.
I don't either.
That's the thing. Like I know anybody could win.
But guys, like if we do vote to keep him, he cannot stay much. Like he's got to go very quick. You
If
know,
I won HOH, I'd put him up.
we can't let him.
Because he, I have a feeling at some point he would spill the beans on that.
Yeah.
I've always said if he stays, we get less foot on our hands, less people we have to put.
So your vote would be to keep.
I wouldn't, but I just know that's less flow for everybody in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Like he's only going after the people who aren't extremely tied to the HOH right now. How are we not seeing that?
And honestly, he's not. He doesn't suspect the six. He doesn't. I don't think he's got a clue.
He sees you and Tara as a group. He sees that you guys would vote together no matter what. He sees you three as a vote, and
Yeah.
he sees me as a complete outsider
Yeah.
who has nobody. I can't even count on my hand how many times he's told me I have nobody in this game.
And I've heard numerous people say that. Nobody ever says anything about the two of us. I don't know why. I'm kind of hurt.
He mentioned you and gave it to me.
Oh, okay. It's kind of getting hurt there a bit.
What?
Hurt my feelings.
I know, right?
No, he's like, he said, look, he said me and Dad, you two, and he said, he just has to think of you.
Yeah.
And then Tara and Tina also group together. I've always,
Yeah, you've always been
I've
down.
always said
You've
that
been open.
we need to think about that.
Yeah, yeah.
The-
It's just like this makes me feel more comfortable with it, to be honest.
It makes
I'm not
me
gonna lie.
feel a lot more, because then I can get in. I'm good with Austin
And just the
Bray.
fact that I know for sure that Kyle is coming for me and I know that Ro's going for you makes me want to, that's what's making me want to do it even more.
That's my question to you. What has changed your mind between yesterday and today? Because Josh's pitch is something we've already discussed. We've already discussed this potential scenario in which he stays.
But the fact that he came and made this pitch,
It's his only move.
Keith,
Like I already made this pitch to you guys.
but he came and made the pitch.
You're saying you believe
We-
him
we
because
need-
he made it?
We need to know why he selected us.
Yeah.
Keith seems to think because it makes sense because we're not close with Austin. But are you suggesting that why not Kyle? Why not Kyle? Why
Because
not-
he's up. Ro is Kyle's number one.
Okay. Why
Yeah,
not
but Kyle and Josh, didn't they like gel initially and like bury the hatchet on
Not
stuff?
after the house meeting.
No, the house meeting kind of
Yeah, I suppose.
shook that up.
Something we're missing here.
There's other people having conversations as well about the three of you and the two of you and me being a floater. It's gonna happen. We've had it about them. We know Bray and Austin and Vic are tight now. We know that's three. We know Kyle and Ro are tight.
Do they not have numbers on that side?
No, they don't.
I'm not sure.
Yes, because within HOH they don't have the vote. And we have Tara.
No, I'm just saying numbers in general. Like, do they have the lines on the other side?
Yes.
Who is it?
It's got to be Austin, Vic, and Bray are tight three.
Is that all?
Me, Kyle, and Ro are another one.
And it's not together? You, Kyle, Roe, Vic, Bray, Austin?
No, I'm only with Kyle and Ro.
The numbers just don't make sense on your side. I'm not talking about votes. I'm just talking about numbers in general. But I do see the benefits of Roe going home. It's just
To me, they just outweigh the benefits of Josh going home.
so we have to really think about it.
Because if Josh goes, we have Kyle and Roe to worry about putting up our alliance members as actual targets.
If Roe goes, we only have Josh to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. Roe stays, we have two people on either side.
But at least we have Josh saying he's got our back. I mean,
And
can we trust
mend
him? We don't know,
relationships
but at
in
least
this house together.
There's a better chance Kyle or Josh wins HOH.
Do you think we
I'm
could,
sorry, Kyle and Roe win HOH.
oh yeah, for sure.
what about Tara in this situation? Do you think she would vote?
Vote what?
Well, would she vote Josh, like as an extra number for a vote?
Sorry, would she vote to keep him or evict him?
Roe or Josh?
I think she'll do whatever we do.
Do you think we can sway her?
100%.
I think we can sway her. I think we can sway Vic.
I think.
Do you think Vic could vote the way we want?
Yes.
Because that would just add on some numbers that
Yeah.
would kind of help hide
Yeah,
the
yeah.
situation.
Yep.
Tara's just gonna do whatever. She was open to it. She will do whatever.
Vic,
She'll do whatever we do.
Vic is open to it too.
You think?
If you tell people how it benefits their game,
That's how it has to be framed.
if we say to Vic, if we let Vic know in on the fact that we think that they're targeting the girls, she'll vote.
She'll go.
It's just Brayden and Austin are not open to it, but Austin doesn't have a vote, so it doesn't really matter.
Austin's not voting, and just Bray has to be left out of it.
Because
It's an option.
And we sweat less next week.
I don't know. For my game right now, it's one less thing you guys have to worry about. Kyle and Roe are split up now.
Good point.
You don't have to worry
And then
about
it'd
it.
be me and Kyle, and I could feed information and sway his game.
I still have to worry about Kyle, but you don't have to worry about. It'll be harder for Kyle to come for me without Roe.
Yeah.
I've always been down for this move, as you guys know.
You gotta talk to Jay.
Have you spoken to Jay?
He was in here. He's not sold on it. He just thinks that we can't trust Josh, but I think that it's because of what happened yesterday, and I'm wondering if his emotions are tied into his thinking.
You can't trust Josh.
I know.
That is true.
We can't, but
It's
if
not
any of us
lying.
win
We can't.
HOH, Josh goes up. Any one of us.
Hmm?
If any one of us win HOH, Josh goes up.
But
And then
that-
you only have to come up with one other option
One other
Yeah.
option. And for me, that
instead
would
of
be
two options.
Austin. It would be easy for me.
That's why I think Josh has to stay. The
Right?
others-
I'd rather have to worry about, somebody said it just now. Do you want to worry about Kyle and Roe together? Or do you want to just have to worry about Kyle? And then, Josh is not trustworthy, but
And I said, like,
I don't know.
I can either sway or inform you guys about what Kyle's doing because I think I could get in as his only ally. I really do.
Okay, hold on. Let me give you guys a scenario. Roe goes home. Team Defender wins HOH. And Josh is safe. He stays another week.
mm-hmm.
And we're okay with this.
Yep.
So we stick to the scenarios in which you guys put up whoever you think for HO. Yeah, I guess if you guys win HOH, it's not a bad thing for us. 'Cause
It's
most
not.
of us are on it's mostly us.
Yeah.
It's
Who's the only person that could win on your side that would
What do you mean with
Roe.
HOH?
say Roe goes home? Oh, Brayden.
Right.
Brayden's the only one that would fuck us.
Yeah.
But
But we have the numbers.
Hmm?
But we have the numbers.
Yeah, we would have the vote numbers.
We'd have the numbers.
And who do we think Brayden puts up? Tina Tara?
probably,
Yeah, probably.
and that's if Bray wins. We gotta
But
switch
he's
her.
one. So Brayden and Josh can't win.
Well, Josh could win if he keeps to his word and goes for Austin and Braden. If teams are
We don't
dissolved.
want to have to depend on his.
If Josh wins, I don't know.
Can I come in here?
You're
Yeah.
Did you have a sandwich?
Sure did.
I know.
Yeah.
No, Jed's scared that you have to put her up. I'm like, you might have to. It is what it is.
That's why he doesn't want to win HOH, because he doesn't want to put her up.
Yeah. He's scared.
So you guys want me to do it?
We know
You guys are assholes. Oh, Toya will do it. She doesn't care.
I just feel like she'd take it so much more personal if me and Jed ever put her up.
But I had to talk with her too, and I told her she wasn't my target. So she would take it personal too if I did.
It sucks because like there will come a time.
I'm just trying. Like the only thing, like I have no problem like making my move. We just cannot be in teams when I do it because my move is just gonna be straight shooter. And the two people that I want to put up are on opposite teams. So I'm in a shitty situation too because I don't feel like I can put up Vic. I can't put up Austin. I don't want to go after Austin.
You don't want to go after Austin?
Oh, no, not right now. Not right now. She is not somebody that I want to go after. I want to maintain a good relationship with her.
Honestly, this has to be the move, but I have to talk to Jed. So I think Jed.
He was not about it. I'm telling you that from now. He was not about it. But I honestly think the reason why he was not about it is because of what happened yesterday.
You know?
What happened yesterday is like messing him up, and he's not realizing that like, yo, some of that stuff is true.
And that's what I said to him last night. I'm like, you need to understand that all of Josh's so-called lies were all based on something.
Yep. When Josh threw my name to Julie, it was based on truth. And I admitted that.
Yeah. That's what I mean. He doesn't just come up
He
with,
doesn't just come up with that.
no.
It was the truth. And I admitted, yes, I did put her name out there. It just wasn't just me. It was everybody, but for whatever reason, he chose me.
Yeah.
But it was everybody's consensus. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But everybody just looked at him as a liar when in reality,
Everybody was on the block. No one. Like, I 100% hear you. The thing is like, I gotta talk to Jed and get him on board.
for my game, because I know Kyle's going after me, and I now feel like Josh to me now is less of a threat than Kyle and Ro together. For everybody, I think.
I've said this from the jump. It's better for most people's game if Josh goes home.
Yeah.
But now that Keith has him on this path, it is different.
Keith literally set it up so
It's
perfectly
so
for
perfect.
us.
Because he could never go to the other side and have numbers. Never. He has to stay on our side. It's the only way.
And Kyle and Austin are just going to be confused.
Yeah, I'm confused as shit. The good news is, if it's executed properly, Kyle will never ask me about who voted who. He'll never ask me about what's happening
No. Like I said, it would have to literally be a blind side. Like,
for them.
for them, Ro would have to be stunned.
Yeah, it'll have to be 7-3.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's why it's never good to be on the block.
Exactly.
Especially if you don't have numbers.
You're never safe.
And they were saying it's too early to have numbers. And they were the ones that are trying to say it's too early to build an alliance. And
That's
say,
why I'm so glad we built our alliance by day 1, it was me, you, and Jed. By day 3, it was me, you, and Keith. By day 4, it was me, you, Jed, Keith, Tina. By day 5, Beth was there. Literally.
and
It's the best thing we could have ever done.
that's how it has to be.
If we had waited,
You're fucked. You're on the block, how could you defend yourself?
you can't.
That's a big flaw in Ro's game if you really think about it.
Ro and
What-
Kyle.
Huh?
Ro and
What
Kyle.
have they been doing?
They just have each other. And because I think, so Ro and Kyle have each other, and I think what they're doing is they're literally going, I've been watching them, they've been literally going around talking to everybody. They pulled me in, they pulled Tara in, they've literally been spending time with everybody, feeling everybody out, and their game plan is after the next HOH, depending on who wins, that's when they'll decide who they want to be in an alliance with. By then it's too late.
Good. This is good.
But we need to talk to Beth
And yet,
and Jed. Hopefully Beth will be on board.
I think she will be.
Hmm?
Last night she wasn't. We talked last night.
And I talked to her this morning and she wasn't either, but this changes things, right?
Yeah, it does. Now that Keith broke it down to me,
Right. So Keith had broken it down to me earlier. And the way I'm seeing everybody react, I'm like, oh shit. He has to tell everybody because it's not making sense. There's this gap that you guys have in your minds, and I felt like if he was to really break it down, you guys could fully understand the big picture. Now it makes sense, right?
yeah, he divided us into interest groups, not alliances.
Exactly.
Yeah. If we looked at it as interest groups, it totally makes sense.
Yeah.
On the other side of the interest group, obviously, it's Kyle. Obviously, Austin. With that comes Brady and Beth. On our side of the interest group is us.
And what I can explain to Austin, because like I don't want Austin to think I'm against her for keeping Josh. What I'm gonna explain to Austin is like, listen, Austin.
Ro would come for you.
Ro and Kyle are coming for the girls. That includes you too. Josh, the chances of Josh winning HOH is unlikely. I mean, yes, he can, but should he win HOH, I'm not going to promise her I wouldn't vote her out, but there's a very slim chance he's going to win HOH. Either way, Austin, you think you're safe, you're not. I'd rather keep him. She'd have to understand, maybe it's not the best thing for her game, but I can explain to her why it's best for my game. And I have to do what's best for my game because Kyle and Ro are coming for me.
So yeah, I get it. I said from the jump. You know that.
I just needed that.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
Keith's plan helped actually.
Exactly.
But Keith was the right person to execute that.
Yep.
Yeah, I think this will happen. I think we just need Jed and Beth on board.
Because I literally was thinking, what are the chances that like 5 of us would? But I could see why like he couldn't include Beth because that would be weird.
Yeah, I know. Why would he even think to? If he called Beth's name, then I'd be really
Yeah,
suspicious.
that would be suspicious. But he literally made Josh call it out himself.
Keith is genius.
I told him that. I don't know why Jed can't see it.
It must not have been pitched to him properly in that sense. Because
No, so Jed doesn't know that Keith hasn't broken it down to Jed yet.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So what I was trying to do there, I was trying to get Tina out of the room so that Keith could break it down to you guys
Sure.
and be honest about it. Sorry. I was trying to sorry, you know what I mean, right? Sorry, Tina, Tara,
I know,
same thing. Well, not, but you know what I mean. I was trying to get Tara out of the room. So when I got up and I walked by, what I was telling Keith was, you gotta tell them. There's a missing piece here. They're suspicious. And
Yeah.
if you break it down to them, they can understand the big picture. But we needed Tara to leave because
I
Tara
know.
can't. So when you left, he broke it down to Ty. Now Ty's like, oh, it makes sense. The way Keith broke it down to Josh, Keith didn't give Josh our name. Keith made Josh come up with it. He planted the seed. He says, when you look around the house, who do you see as like an interest group, as Ty would put it? Josh says, well, Ty, Tara, and Ted, I think they're working together. He says, I see that Tara and Tina are good with LaToya, and then I see that you're by yourself. So he made him come up with it, if
Mhm.
that makes sense. But he like, you know what I mean?
Planted the seed.
But he planted the seed. So he doesn't think we're an alliance. He thinks we're different groups that he's, do you see what I'm saying? Pulling together to get votes.
Because
He
realistically,
couldn't include Beth because Josh sees Beth with Austin and Bray.
Yeah.
he grouped us in the for sure keep Roe safe and the others. And the only people who would for sure keep Roe safe, Austin, Kyle, Beth, Brayden. Austin doesn't even vote.
So are you on board with the roll vote now?
100% on board. Huh?
Tara said to me that just now, she said, oh, I will vote whatever way you want me to vote.
I told you, she'll do whatever you want, Tina. She trusts you. Roe's going after you. Kyle's going after me.
What do you think?
It's not.
After hearing that my name's being thrown around, then hands down, I gotta, if he's actually
It's
gonna
what's best
let
for
me
our
go,
game.
then yeah.
And if Austin's gonna get upset, I can literally pull her aside and be like, listen, I gotta do what's best for my game. I know that Kyle's going after the girls, and I'm making a decision it's not just in my best interest, but it's in all the girls' best interest because he's not going after the guys, right? And yeah, you know, Josh may be going after you, but what are the chances that he's gonna win HOH?
That's right.
It's 1 to 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm willing.
Which draws a line in the sand, for me anyways.
I'm willing to take the numbers on our Roe move versus our sending Roe home versus sending Josh home.
I don't know. I think what Keith did is genius. I'm sorry. I do. I do think it is. And we talked about the fact that the votes would have to be 7 to 3.
Because even any other way we think any of us win HOH next week, we can put up Josh and whoever.
And then whoever. He buys you an extra seat,
Yes,
right?
he buys you less blood. And then you could frame it as I'm trying to get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
So the only people that would vote to keep Roe would be Kyle. Or Austin can't vote. It would be Kyle, Bray,
And somebody else.
and
It has to
somebody
be,
else.
it has to be with either Keith or Beth. One of them would have to vote. So we'd have a 7-3 vote.
And
But-
you think we can get picked?
Yes.
Yeah. It would have to be Kyle, Bray, and Keith that votes to keep Roe. Because we still want Keith to be good with Kyle. Because he's the one getting all the information, bringing it back. We don't want to ruin that relationship with him
No,
and Kyle.
And
absolutely.
we still want Beth to be good with Austin. So leaving that one vote between Beth and Keith creates a situation. Creates a situation where they don't know who that third vote is.
They can
You know what I'm
lie
saying?
and
Yeah.
they can lie and then people will.
So would we all just deny the votes?
No,
No.
I'm gonna be honest about mine.
No, I don't think we can lie. The only people that would potentially have to lie are Keith and Beth. Because
So
then
you would say that you voted to evict Roe because
at
it's
the-
best for your
in the
game?
end, yeah.
Yeah, and I would
have
say
to.
the same. And I would say why? Because
So would I actually come out and say that I heard that Roe was targeting me as my
if you
reason?
want to, that would be your
Tina.
reason.
Please fix your microphone.
That would be your reason. But you need to talk to Keith about that because
he's the
you
one.
don't want to put him in a situation where Kyle is like, how did you hear that?
Exactly.
You might have to just leave it inconspicuous and say,
Well, I could
it was
just say,
it was
I heard the girls were being
targeted
Take
and
the chance.
it's the best for my game. You can leave it
That's the
vague.
best option. Yeah, I'll leave it vague.
Just leave it vague because you don't want to
I don't want to
give him information. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, and I would have to say something either like keeping Josh in the game allows me to get less blood on my hands. Or,
It's just a game move. It's nothing personal.
yeah, Big Brother archives.
It is. I mean, it gets a player out of the game. He's more of a threat.
Kyle and Roe are more of a threat now
Yeah.
than Josh. my gut's telling me that Josh is not going to go back on his word. It really is. And you know how I feel about the guy,
I know,
right?
yeah.
Can we get some more water? I love it though. It's good.
I just think that the situation that happened yesterday with Jed and Josh and Kyle and Ro has him in his feelings. It does. It has him in his feelings. How can you trust the guy? What makes you trust him now? What makes his word credible now?
Do you think Ty can get Jed on board?
Yeah, maybe. You got to tell Tina.
So, I got Josh to organic. His plan was, his pitch originally was going to be to go after the guys and Latoya. He thought that they were the big three. And I was like, but, like, they're not the ones putting you up on the block. And I got him to organically pair the house up on who he thinks people are closest with. And he put you and Tara in a group. He put Latoya, Jed, and Ty in a group. And then he put me as a floater. He thinks I have no one. He's told me multiple times I have nobody in this game. He just told me that he wants to carry me as far as I can go. Like dead ass, that's what he said to me. So that's why we're in there. I couldn't put Beth because I've never talked game with Beth.
And Beth, everybody thinks Beth is with Austin and Ray.
Everybody thinks, and that's the point of this. You're grouped with Tara. That's just how it is.
That's the only reason why she's even in the picture.
And not Beth, obviously. I'm a floater. They think he couldn't win Kyle over. He just couldn't. He couldn't win Braden over. He just couldn't win Braden over. And he thinks that Vic is just as tight with Austin as Braden and Beth, because Austin took Vic to Wendy's. So I planted those seeds early, like a long time ago. That's why but I didn't want to say anything because I've been working with Josh since day one. Because why not? Everybody views me as a floater. And it still doesn't expose the six. It's Beth's on the outside. I could be viewed as on the outside as well. And no one's going to think that you and Tara are working with Deshaun and Jed. I just don't. It's fishy for us because we're in it. But it was me who planted those seeds with Josh. To protect as much of us as we can. Because Ro would go for you and Tara, and I love Tara, and I don't want to see her go this early in the game. She's a number for us.
She just told me just now that she will vote whatever way I vote.
That's why you're getting grouped together, Tina. And I don't know, I didn't want people to think that I was doing too much, but I don't think it is too much because I made Josh think he came up with the plan. He still thinks it's his pitch. But again, I'm still fine if we want to vote out Josh.
No, I definitely see the points for sure.
Yeah, it's both. They're both on the table. They're both on the
Yeah,
table.
I wouldn't be able to tell you one way or the other. Right
Yeah,
now. They're
but
both-
definitely it's something to think about.
It was a good game move for me to do it in my head. Because he said Beth, Braden, and Austin and Vic are definitely together, and he thought Ro and Kyle are a duo.
We all do.
He thought you and Tara are working together but don't really have anybody else. He thought Toya, Jed, and Ty were a unit.
That's so funny that people think that.
It blows my
It
mind.
blows my
that-
mind.
that nobody's connected me and you in anything.
It's crazy.
Okay, but how about me? Nobody thinks I'm talking game with anybody.
Yeah, but you honestly talk to everybody.
Well, that's the thing, yeah.
You literally talk to everybody. I don't. It's so crazy. I'm a little offended.
So, I mean, when you look at it from that lens of what I've said to Josh, like, I don't know. I just
But
don't know.
this Josh thing has to end soon, though, guys.
If I won HOH, he would go up.
Yeah, like we can't keep.
We can't keep doing this with him. We can't keep it. It's gonna bite us in the ass at some point. That's how I was just like,
And for me,
now it makes sense. I'm just like, what are the chances? Like,
And-
how did he come up with this?
and on the other
Doesn't make any
side,
sense.
if Ro stays, I can continue to work with Ro and Kyle, and I'm in with them. They think that I'm with them. So it benefits me both ways, but it doesn't benefit the two of you if Ro stays.
Both of those guys, they're just gonna go for all the girls first. I'm telling you. Kyle doesn't want to get his hands dirty with the boys.
No. No, that's obvious. Okay, so I would be on board if that's what we want to do as a collective group.
Yeah.
I'll have another conversation with Tara at some point in time today to kind of point into that direction, get her feedback and see.
Yeah, wait till later on
Oh, yeah,
because I
later
feel like
on.
we're still talking. We still have to talk to
Yeah,
Beth.
no, I'm talking later.
Yeah, we gotta
You
get
haven't
her
talked to
pers-
Jed since?
You gotta tell Jed about what you've done. You've gotta tell Jed that you planted the seed.
Was Ty gonna tell him that I did it, or no?
He might. I don't know. Maybe he will. But I feel like it's better
It
coming
needs to
from
come
you.
I know.
from you.
It needs to come from you because you actually explain it better.
Yeah. To me, it just made sense that for me to get him to come up with it, to work on his pitch with him, was better.
Yeah.
And me knowing the information of who Ro and Kyle's targets would be if they potentially won HOH.
Okay. All right.
But yeah.
I'm
they-
good either way at this point, to be honest.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm good either way.
It might benefit my game better if Ro stays. Individually.
Yeah, you're right.
It would benefit me more.
It would.
And it would-
Well, not really. You have us.
Yeah.
but if Kyle won, I definitely wouldn't be going on the block.
Yeah, you're actually putting yourself in jeopardy by having Ro out. You are.
I'm putting myself in huge jeopardy. And now
Yeah.
that-
You're potentially putting yourself on the line with Kyle by doing this.
Yeah.
to protect the six.
Oh yeah, no, totally get it.
All right, buddy.
Anyways,
All right, thanks, Keith.
off to Big Brother. I'm chilling though. POV tonight on TV. In case you guys
Yeah.
are
It's your big
Excited?
night.
It's your big
8
night.
p.m.
Big
Tune
night.
in.
Tune in. Oh, too funny.
Ty loves it. Once Keith broke it down to Ty, he was just like, genius. Or what?
Beth and Jed are alone. Should I tell Beth too? Let her in or no?
I don't know.
Well, it
think
depends
Jed-
on how much she knows right now.
Jed's telling her everything right now. I don't-
Okay. Yeah, then maybe.
Yeah, go feel out the
yeah, go,
situation.
Yeah, I'll feel it out.
Feel it out.
This is a good plan.
It is, Tina.
It is.
It is. I know we're going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, but like,
They are dangerous. If he stays in the game, it's dangerous.
for my game,
Well, for
it is
mine too,
better
obviously.
to get Roe out. If Kyle's going after me, that means Roe's going after me. Roe's gonna vote with Kyle.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh, hands down. It's too early for either of us to believe in this
if,
game yet.
just like if one of us is going after somebody, all of us is going after somebody.
Yep.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's just that one person's actually making the move and is taking the heat for it. That's.
Mhm.
I knew Kyle was gonna go after me. And I feel like he would put me, like if we're still in teams, I feel like he would put me beside Brayden.
I was just going to say Brayden.
If we're not in teams, then he might put me beside Bep. One of us would have to win POV, take either me or Beth down, and hope that he doesn't put up, but then he would put up you or Vic.
Yeah.
And we would have to pray that it's Vic so that we can take the other person down. But that is so risky.
Yeah. No, you're right.
What if I'm sitting beside you up there?
Yeah. Yeah, that's not a, we
It's
don't
not
want that at all.
We don't want that.
No,
It's
no.
not a good scenario.
no. No, I mean, you're right. Like, you know, this morning I was totally on board. But then I kind of switched a bit, thinking about it. But now thinking about it again.
That's why we gotta have these discussions.
Oh,
right?
yeah, for sure.
I know Jed's concerned about trusting Josh, but my gut's telling me he's gonna. He's gonna stick to it.
Yeah, I might try to have a conversation with Josh later too.
And maybe even try to vaguely reinforce to him that, listen, you got a great pitch. I think you should stick to it. Don't let anybody
Do not
know.
fuck it up.
Do not let anybody know who you've pitched to and what your game plan is.
Mm-hmm.
In order for this to work, everybody needs to keep it tight-lipped. He'll listen to you because
Mhm.
you've been consoling him, walking with him, you've been supporting him emotionally.
Yep.
So he will listen to you. Make him feel good. Stroke his ego.
Yep.
Make him feel like, whoa, buddy, this plan's great. And it could possibly work, but only if you keep it tight-lipped and do not drop names.
Yep. I'll have to have a conversation with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. What a twisty, twisty game.
That's why it's not good to be on the block.
Nope. Because let me tell you, Ro's feeling pretty damn comfortable.
He's feeling so
He's
good.
gonna be fucking shocked.
He's probably gonna leave stuff in his drawer still. He's not gonna pack fully. He's so confident that he's not even really pitching like he should.
Mm-mm.
Do you know what I mean? But he has to be blindsided.
He's gonna be shocked.
Like for me, I would tell him literally right before we sit on the couch
That he's going?
that what my vote's gonna be, quickly. Hey, just want to be, I'm a straight shooter. I keep it real, and I just wanted to let you know that I've had to change my decision in voting to keep you here because it's just not best for my game right now.
He will shit a brick.
He wouldn't have any time. I can't give him any time
No, none at all.
to run around and try to. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I'm gonna keep it real. Josh has made a pitch only to 6 people.
Okay.
Me, Tina, Jed, Ty, Keith, and Tara.
Okay.
Keith planted the seed, but made Josh think that he came up with the pitch. So Keith went to Josh and said, "Who do you think is close in the house?" Josh said, "Toya, Ty, and Jed, Tina and Tara, and Keith, like you're with nobody, like you're on your own." Then
And then us, me 3.
then he put you with Austin and Braden, and he put Kyle and Ro together, and he put Vic with you guys as well.
Okay.
So Keith said, "You're not gonna get Austin. Well, Austin's not voting, but you're not gonna get Braden and Beth because they're with Austin." Well, Josh said this,
Bunch. Yeah.
right? "You're not gonna get Kyle," right? So then Keith was just like, "Well, I'll give you my vote if you can get Toya, Jed, and Ty on board, and Tina and Tara." Right? He's made the pitch to us.
It's done. Every single person.
Every,
knows it?
every single person knows about it. You're not in it because it would be suspicious.
That's a good thing.
Josh hasn't put the alliance together. He just thinks there's these pockets of people. The pros are it gets Ro out, and the boys don't have to worry about Kyle and Ro being together. We as the girls don't have to worry about Kyle and Ro together because we know that Kyle's either coming after me or you, most likely me in my opinion. And we already know that if Ro wins HOH, he's putting up Tina and Tara. So that puts Tina in jeopardy. Josh has promised that if the 6 people vote to keep him, we will not be on his radar, and he's made it clear that his target is Austin.
Okay.
We vote to keep Josh, Austin might think we're against her. But I would go to Austin and say, "Austin."
Me or you?
Huh?
Me or you?
What do you mean? Sorry.
You're going to Austin or I'm going to Austin?
No, I would go to Austin and say the reason why I voted to keep Josh is because it is best for my game. Kyle is going after the girls. So it's not just best for my game, but it's also best for all of the girls' game, to be honest.
It's a given.
And if Kyle is going after me, that means Ro's going after me because Ro's going to support Kyle and Kyle's going to support Ro. It is just what it is. It's not personal against you. I said, I know that Josh is going after you. I'm not going after you, but for my game, it's best to have Ro out and I have to do what's best for my game. And the chances of Josh winning HOA is 1 to 12. Or sorry, 1 to 11 because you can't play. And should I win HOH, I already told you I'm not putting you up, so you don't have to worry about that. You're not my target.
This is going to happen obviously before the eviction.
Last minute. I have no, if